Gas Network presents sports for the culture.
I'm here with the family.
Bryce, XXV, Double I,
Rome,
D-Malo,
Gruff Lion.
T-Boogie, man.
Just the greatest sports show on the planet. La Familia. Hope y'all ready for a ride.
Can't wait to hear what you guys got to say. Y'all know what time it is. The best sports show on the planet. Gas presents sports for the stop it. Gas presents sports for the culture, man. We back with another episode. Hey, better late than never tonight, fellas. We a little late, but we here, man. We here. We about to give y'all a jam-packed show. We talking about a lot of the issues that everyone's talking about. And I feel like when we have shows where we talk about most of our shows, we getting into the weeds. When we talk about what everyone's talking about, we always got interesting perspective. So I'm excited to hear what you guys got tonight. I am your host at Bryce XXV Double I. And let's start with my guy with that horrible jersey, y'all, man. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself first, sir. Go ahead.
It's nothing but fucking greatness around me right now. Let's go fucking Yankees. Fuck the haters. Best record, best everything. Ain't nothing like New York, baby. Hey, yo, and to the Dodgers fans coming to New York City this weekend, fuck you and Hotahi's. Matter of fact, shout out to Hotahi's man for taking that charge. That's a real dude right there. I'm gonna holler at you. Send me your invoice number, whatever. I'm gonna put something in your canteen, you heard? You're a real one. But ain't nothing like fucking greatness right here on my chest. Pause. Let's fucking go.
Hey, one thing about you, G, you know you my man 100 grand, but nobody gonna butcher a name like my boy G. My man called that man, was that Otahi?
Otahi, what? I don't give a fuck. Fuck the Dodgers and fuck their mamas. Matter of fact, fuck anything that's coming around that way. This weekend, they're about to get spanked. We're winning that series. Believe that. I'll be there this Saturday, too.
All right. When y'all play the Nationals, man, we're going to have to link up. That's going to be a good time.
Brother, let me go so I can wipe some tears off your face. Because it's going to be a good weekend for us again.
Now, you know I'm hurt. Y'all should never have Soto. That's a whole nother story. Top left, introduce yourself.
Hey, man, T-Boogie, man. Y'all know what it is. Hey, my man Brooks. Hey, be careful on that road out there, man. That's a hell of a trip, man. Cali back to the DMV. Hey, we glad to have you back. The streets been missing you, bro. But, hey, I'm ready to have a good show, man. I don't know nothing about all that baseball talk. If it ain't the World Series, I don't care what series. I'm not taking it serious. All right. But G's hype, so, you know, let's start the show.
Hey, bro, Otani is insane, bro. Otani, that is insane. Hey, B, we gonna have to link up with my guy B, man. We back. B, how long you in the city for, man? We gonna have to make sure we make something happen, dog. But yeah, man, let's get into it. Let's start with some of this WNBA talk because it's the hottest topic in sports right now. And bro, I am so happy that the WNBA is the hottest topic in sports right now. Like that is great. That is just great for sports. Is great for mankind. Like this is a great time. What a time to be alive, bro. Oh, my man, back for good. Oh, it's lit. Yeah. We definitely going up, bro. We definitely going up. Matter of fact, we're gonna have to get you in the studio a couple times, man. Really do this show right, man, and go crazy. But yeah, bro. Like WNBA at the forefront of sports is a beautiful thing. And we know why it is, bro. We have been saying it from day one. We not the type to be out here faking like the Caitlin Clark hype is not the biggest reason for this. We're not playing that game over here, bro. We know it's Caitlin Clark and the energy that she brought from college, along with others as well. We're not going to discount those others. But primarily the hype that Caitlin Clark brought along to the women's game is putting shine on it. But now it's starting to snowball into some bigger issues. And I think that's what we got to focus on. So before we get into it, I just want to hear y'all's thoughts about like the W this year. I think, you know, in the past, we've talked about the WNBA on the show here and there. Has it been a consistent topic for us? No. Will it be moving forward? I hope so. But I do still think we've talked about women's basketball more than most sports podcasts that are not about women's basketball have, right? But I just want to get y'all's opinion on like the state of the W. I guess we're probably about a little more than a quarter of the season, probably almost half the season through right now. How are y'all feeling about it and just about how much attention the WNBA is getting right now?
Man, I the way I'm feeling is I think the WNBA is in a really good place that a lot of people didn't think it could get to without 9-foot rims and mini skirts. So they have
that's huge.
this many eyes, this much space on talk radio, man, I just think it's like you said, it's good for sports in general. It's good for sports overall. I'm just curious to see how long this holds up, and I hope it holds up for good. I really do. But to me, just to me, it looks a little bit more like a spectacle right now than a for sure product, almost like a fad. So I'm hoping it lasts. Hoping it lasts. But what happens if Caitlin Clark doesn't pan out and be the generational talent that she was in college? That's kind of my thought there. But
that's a good point. That's a good point. I don't think I really thought about that. The league does need her to succeed to a certain level. I think I said this on the show a few weeks back. It's like I've been feeling like, and I'm with you. It's a bit salacious, right? Some of the headline is a little headlining. It's typically not about the basketball, the headlines. But I feel like they need to lean into these storylines, bro. Like we're sports fans, bro. When Draymond chokes out Rudy Gobert, we're talking about that instantly, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we are talking about that. Like, these storylines get more people talking about it, and I think that's okay, because eventually, you know, if they do the right thing, people will care more about the product itself, right? Like the best thing that could happen for the league is a Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese series. A series between them two is going to go crazy, bro. Like, it's gonna continue to revitalize the sport. But G, what you think about the attention the W is getting right now, man? Or as you would call it, the women's NBA.
I just don't abbreviate it, motherfuckers. Hey, what I'm liking about the women's, fuck you. You got me to the WNBA. What I'm loving about the WNBA is it gives you that old school feeling where there's a lot more physical than the men's, and I think that's what got us in shock, that we're thinking that these women play they're rep similar to the men, which in reality they're not. It's a lot more physical. But then again, it's like, you guys remember the Jordan rule, right? You know what made the Jordan rule work? When you had refs that's protecting the asset, which at the time was Michael Jordan. So I think for the women's NBA to proceed, fuck you guys, or fuck you, Bryce. You fucking be up. Pause. So for the WNBA to go to the next level, they need to have the Caitlin Clark rule. So where like you have the refs on her side, not like these refs that are waiting to call a foul later and then making it to a fragrant one after the fucking game. Well, thank God that they won that game, because if not, it would have been like, well, that there goes a point and then a possession. Could have been 3 points right there, but let's not digress. But for this one, for the WNBA, correcting myself now, to work, you need the Caitlin Clark rule, and by that to work, you need the refs on her side calling those fouls that she's normally not getting. Clearly, people hate it, but hey, people back in the day hated the Jordan rules, but the players accepted it, and they already knew walking into a series is the Jordan rule. Try not to get too close to him. Let him play his game, and you might, wherever the chips fall, you might win and you might not.
Yeah, and you know what? I think you kind of lead me perfectly into my next question, right? Is because like there's like two sides of this whole Caitlin Clark thing right now, right? I mean, we see her getting roughed up in the games. We also see other players getting roughed up too, right? So it's not like she's the only one.
Nah, but that rough up was like without the ball in the possession.
No, I don't disagree, but I guess the question here is like, you know what I'm saying, is like, is she being unfairly treated by the rest of the WNBA? And I think that's what like the two sides are starting to form. There's one side that feels like Caitlin Clark is being unfairly targeted by the rest of the players in WNBA. The rest of the players are either A, jealous, B, hating, or C, just don't like her. So they're, you know, roughing her up in the games. And there's another side of this that people are like, nah, this is how it always has been in the WNBA. It's just Caitlin Clark's turn to get it. And I think like you're seeing the national pundits, the national media guys really pick sides on this. Like I saw one dude, a local dude, Grant Paulson, local to the DC area. he's on this bandwagon that like Caitlin Clark's being treated unfair and all the WNBA players are haters. But this is a guy that doesn't watch the WNBA and hasn't watched it before this year, right? Now that Caitlin Clark's there. But like I gotta ask y'all the question: like, do we feel like she's being unfairly treated by the players, or is this just a more of a rites of passage of coming into the pro league?
This is basketball. If you watch women's basketball and youth sports, high school is chippy. It's chippy in general, but this is basketball. Like you come into the league. Let's start with this. Caitlin Clark is a trash talker. So she's not some likable princess that's coming in there being kind and making layups and getting back on deep. She's shooting threes. She's dropping bombs and talking to you or the crowd or the people on the bench as she gets back. Like this isn't some just friendly neighborhood superstar. This is somebody that plays the game like Larry Bird. You know what I'm saying? That's why I heard somebody say this is the WNBA's Jordan, Bird and Magic era. And I
said it here before. Remember? We said it. We said this during the draft. They needed to.
It draws a lot of good comparisons, and I think the league is waiting for their Jordan. I think they've had a few iterations of Kareem's or
Lisa Leslie's the Kareem.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Bill Walton's, but there hasn't been a Jordan yet. And arguably Maya Moore. But the game wasn't where it is.
Juju.
It wasn't enough eyes on it. And now the eyes are on it. But to answer the question, they're not treating her unfairly, bro. You talk trash, you're gonna get roughed up. That's just how the game goes. It's how the game goes. Are they trying to humble her? A little bit, right? Because you're getting handed the keys to something you didn't truly earn. I think there's a few players in the W that think she's not as good as them or not as good as the hype. So they're going to test you. And if you're really a dog, them getting chippy, them knocking you down, if you really dog, you come back and go for 40. You come back and go for 50. You don't need the media to cry for you. You don't need the fans to cry for you. If you really Caitlin Clark, the great, and you sitting on that iron throne, bro, every time they knock you down, you should get up and hit another three.
But she can't play she has to play off ball. The fact that you having her run the point, I think that's not her real game. She's better when she's off ball. She's playing the screens, putting her in those positions. I think these women are jealous.
All right, let's hear it.
I think they're mad. If we're gonna put colorism to this, it's an all-American white girl with blonde hair that got them to get on private jets. The chartering now ain't no sharing it with a plane ride with me.
That's the cap.
Over Bryce, over Rome, and she sold jerseys like she's an NBA player, and I don't expect her to hit 40 or 50. This is still the WNBA. They don't play like that. And she just need a better coach. But I think these women are jealous. Come on. That guy that made it so publicly that we're talking about it, that was all ball. That was something that if she had the ball and she was going for a rebound, we would have been okay with it, wouldn't we? That show? Yeah. I would have been okay with it. I'm like, it goes to what you were saying earlier. It's the game.
That was a case of you catching the second person. You know what I'm saying? A few plays before that, where was this victim of Caitlin?
She shoved it, but Caitlin had the ball in her hand, so it was still offensive.
Extra bow though.
It would have been called the offensive foul, but that's not a blatant foul. She's literally trying to find her opening.
Hey, GoFlow, thanks for the comment, GoFlow. Watch a Caitlin Clark game. She hurting her team by refusing to shoot a mid-range. That's a good point, though.
Because they try to make you do it. When you have three players on top, how the fuck is she going to shoot a mid-range?
All right. I think even her coach mentioned that there's some adjustments that still have to happen in her game. But I think the point of the jealousy is interesting because I think it's natural. Like I saw Patrick Beverly had an interesting comment. He was like, Yeah, when I did it to Lonzo Ball, well, it was Lonzo Ball or maybe it was Melo Ball. He was basically making the point that he did one of the same things to Lonzo or Melo Ball, basically pushed him down, gave them a welcome to the league moment, and that everyone praised him the next day on ESPN for doing that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but it happens to Caitlin Clark, and it's boo hoo. Another interesting part of this is like Caitlin Clark does not agree with the people that are, scared for her life out here. Caitlin Clark is like, of course they pushing me. Of course they doing this. Like, this is what happens to rookies. She's taking it in stride, and she understands that this is just a natural part of the game, bro. Like, this is
why them shorties is jealous? Why them
but,
shorties
right.
is jealous?
What I'm saying is
you see what post interviews, they don't even want to comment it, but it's just like they go on Twitter and want to start ranting. I'm like, but you had your perfect window to give us your opinion and advice and a voice, so that way we know where to take your sound from. Because you can read a message and you can read it however you want, and then what?
But bro, but my point is, bro, like logically, right? Logically, I don't think that these women, if Caitlin Clark and these women are not stupid, they are smart, right? They know they want more eyes on their game. They have a player who represents their game, bringing more eyes to their game, bro. I think they're overall happy about this. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're so naive and like basically saying that these women are jealous is to say that like these women are like, I don't want to say like that's insult to their intelligence, bro. Like they are happy about this. And then also I gotta dispel the charter flight thing. These women have had the charter flight program for a minute, so this is not happening with Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, for the finals.
I don't think these women are actually jealous, bro. I think what it is, this is just my opinion. I think what it is when rookies come into a pro game and you are a heralded rookie. I don't care who you are. If people think you're nice, the vets are trying to show that you're not nice. Because look what's happening to Angel Reese, bro. She's out that joint getting beat the hell up too, bro. But nobody's like pitying her. Like nobody's feeling bad for Angel Reese because, she already kind of the villain. You know what I'm saying? And that's, I think, is and again, bro, I'm really not too into the race part of this equation. Although in America and anything that happens in America, I do believe race always plays a factor, right? But if there's anywhere where the race could play a factor, I would say it's the fact that like nobody's feeling bad when Angel Reese got slammed to the ground. It's not what happened to Angel Reese was way worse than what happened to Caitlin Clark, bro. If you really watch Caitlin Clark got a little bump. It was not a huge bump. It was not a gather before the bump. It was a nice little bump that she didn't see coming, so it hit her harder than like one that you expected. Angel Reese got thrown down by her neck, bro. That shit was horrible, dog. And like people were not as outraged, bro. In fact, the same person I mentioned earlier, Grant Paulson, I heard him say that was just a basketball play. It is like, dog, what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? And that's when I think that like someone would have a valid argument by saying, okay, maybe we need to visit the race of these two players to say why is one getting viewed this way, another getting viewed that way. But even then, I do think in general, like the women in the sport are not treating Caitlin Clark away because of her race. I would never say that. I don't think the women of the sport are looking at her like, oh, this little white girl, we got to beat her up more because she's getting all the attention. I think they're looking at like this new player is coming to the league and she thinks she hot shit. We gonna show her what it's like to be in this league, and they gonna do that to any rookie, regardless of what their name is, regardless of the jersey number, and I think regardless of the color.
Bro, like you said, bro, race is always a part, but race is a huge part in this because Caitlin Clark is clearly not the best player to come in as a rookie. She doesn't have the best numbers of all time. And maybe she'll get them, but right now she doesn't. But we haven't seen, outside of like, movies, TV shows, we ain't seen white girls get beat up and no one takes a charge. You know what I'm saying? No crime. Like white girls getting thrown to the ground, white girls getting bruised, and we haven't seen that. Like it's polarizing, and
where's the hose? Where's the fire?
It's actually helping the league, right? Because there's people tuned in to see if Caitlin Clark is going to get beat up by thugs. Like
hey, who's saying that now? Who's saying that? I hear that one yet.
Bro, if you don't believe, I can't make you believe this, but there's a certain demographic for
you heard that in Fox News?
Huh?
You heard that thug word in Fox News?
I hear it on Fox News, but I'm telling you, that's what it is. That's how it's viewed. That's how it's viewed. Is this white girl's getting beat up by thugs out there? That's how it's viewed. That's why it's an issue. That's why when Angel Reese hits the floor, it's not an issue. That's why I'm telling you. I'm breaking it down for you. Like it ain't no secret. It's no secret.
Hey, maybe you're right.
That's the question, and that's
You
the real
changed my
question.
opinion now.
Why is
You're
it-
right. It's a little cringeworthy when you see a white girl get beat up. You're like, damn, this little girl proud as shit. Damn.
Right.
Maybe I'm
And that's the
racist. Maybe
question.
I'm a bigot. I don't know. I
But
try
that's
not
the-
to be.
But that's the question right there, right? Is like, is there an overreaction by the media to Caitlin Clark? And then the second question is this overreaction does it have anything to do with race? I think whenever we're talking about America, right, and in major issues, that race can always play a factor in major issues in America. Like we know this, right? But I'm not so ready, at least as far as what's actually happening in the W. I'm not even going to talk about the reactions from the media right at this moment, but what's actually happening in the W to her, I think has nothing to do with race. Now, the reactions to the media, maybe some of these media members are like, a little taken aback because they feel like Caitlin Clark's being treated unfairly. But it also could be, T, that like all they know is Caitlin Clark, and every image that they're seeing is her getting treated unfairly. So that's why they're saying she's getting treated unfairly. So it's like that's the other part of it is like, is this the only images they're seeing? They don't watch no other WNBA. They don't know what happened to Angel Reese. They don't know what happens every year in W. They had a crazy scrap in WNBA last year. Like Candace Parker, her rookie year, had a crazy scrap where Cheryl Swoops damn near broke her leg because people were, and trying to split it up. Right? Like, so like, they don't know the WNBA or the history, so they just seeing these moments and making it like this is the issue. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, bro. Like I don't know.
I feel like both things could be true. I feel like it's a little bit of both.
It
The
is.
way the media cover it. And who's to say, I mean, some of these women are jealous. Like I said, the eyes came in with her. The shoes you guys alluded to, she's a rookie. What the fuck is this rookie? Even Cheryl Swoops and all them said it prior to the draft night. He's like, yo, they're gonna realize coming into this league is no fucking joke. Prepare themselves.
The fact of the matter is, and I've said this many shows ago, right? The majority of fan base for every sport are casuals. They're not nerds in the analytics. They're not watching film. They don't know the history. They don't know the coaches. They don't know the programs, the players. Bro, most fans of every sport are casuals. So if Caitlin Clark brung a group of casual fans, that has to be okay. We cannot get mad at the casual viewer from not watching other teams and other players, right? The same way there's people that just only watch LeBron. The same way there was people that only watched Iverson. Like we need those in the WNBA if you really want to grow the sport. So I'm not going to hate on and as a true sports fan, you hate the casuals, right? You know what I'm saying? But from a business and a marketing standpoint, we need the casuals. We need the people that don't know what's what. We need the people that think Caitlin Clark is the greatest player to ever touch a basketball. We absolutely need that. Is it fair? No. But none of this is fair. Business isn't fair. This is not about being fair.
That's
like
a good
G
point.
said, the Jordan rules were not fair. The NFL changed rules for Tom Brady. That's not fair. But to grow the league, we need our superstars to be megastars. We need them to be bigger than life. We need Caitlin Clark to do commercials. We need her in movies. We need her to hit the ground so that we can overreact. Because what is ESPN doing every day? Overreacting. What is the social media doing every day? Overreacting. So if we don't have overreacting, bro, then we don't have a story.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. And I like this comment right here from B. That dummy money gets people paid. And that's a fact. And you know what? Monica McNutt got into it with Stephen A. Smith a little earlier in the week where she told Stephen A. like, you haven't been talking about the WNBA to this magnitude until now. And I think it's incumbent on shows like this one, right? And other shows out there. And moving forward, I'm gonna make it a point that maybe not every single week, but at least bi-weekly, at least every time we can, bro. We're gonna have a WNBA segment where we're not just talking about Caitlin Clark, because like people need to talk about some of these. Bro, Asia Wilson is not getting enough shine, bro, and it is sad, bro. Like she is on a crazy run right now. You know what I'm saying? And like she deserves to be getting shine as well. But we have to make it a point as a show like this to do that, right? And then we could be the bridge for some folks that only know Caitlin Clark. You know what I'm saying? And that's the major key. If the sport's going to grow, we've had this conversation before. You got to convert some casuals into super fans, right? And that's the point of the casual, and that's why they've done that in these other leagues, is to turn the casual into a consistent, true fan. And we'll see if the W can do that. I'm excited to see how it plays out, and I think they've got a real chance. I think they've got the biggest chance they've ever had in my lifetime to execute that, and I hope it happens, bro. I truly do.
I mean, I'm looking at Jeff Goen is. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but that's exactly what you need. You need the detractors. You need the people to say, look at the numbers, and then you need the people on the flip side to say, bro, she's the greatest. Like, what aren't you saying? In the NFL, we need people to say Brock Purdy's the best quarterback in the league, right? We need people to say Lamar Jackson's the best quarterback in the league. We need people to say Jalen Hurts is the best. Like, that's just what comes with this. You got to take the good with the bad. You can't have it all. We can't just get it right, because the WNBA was getting it right before Caitlin Clark. They knew who their good players were. They knew what their league was, and they were asking and begging for attention and help. And no one wanted to watch. No one wanted to comment. No one wanted to listen. So if Caitlin Clark brung eyes and ears, everyone should be happy. Even if you're not happy, if she goes away, what happens to your league again?
You better find a way to keep those eyes and those ears, and we'll see if we can do it.
Caitlin Clark go 2 for 12 from 3. Bro, if Caitlin Clark goes away, we're back to people saying they need to lower the rims.
Maybe, unless they do it right, unless they find a way. And I think they really need to dive into some of the storylines, because the storylines are unbelievably interesting in the WNBA. And, you know, that's a big part of sports these days, is the social media talk.
Can I just say, we need Kelsey Plum to go back with Darren Waller, because the shit that Darren Waller put out a week ago with that stupid ass video. I'm kind of sick.
We do need that. We need the storylines, but to get storylines, you know what you need? You need personalities. You need Charles Barkley, I'm not a role model. You need Dennis Rodman. You need Allen Iverson. We talking about practice. You need personalities. And right now, the only personalities that they're marketing are the two that just came from college.
That's a fact. And, you know, hopefully that multiplies, but they better push the hell out of these two personalities. And I think they got a true shot, man. I'm excited. I'm excited for the game.
I got a cousin that played in the W. Even the family just act like she just was doing good in her career field. You know what I'm saying?
They act like she was just a random
wasn't no pictures,
random government worker.
Bro, no pictures, no autographs, no can I get a jersey. Wasn't no can I get tickets. You know that you nobody asking for tickets.
Damn.
So I'm hoping, you know, for the future girls that I see on a weekly basis that's grinding, trying to get they shine, get up to the W. I'm hoping the game just can keep growing for them.
Damn, Lexi with the I like that comment, Lexi. Lexi said most of Caitlin's fans come from the state of Iowa. Republicans don't like the NBA. The WNBA. Then she followed up with, they think it's woke. That's hilarious. That's might be the comment of the night. They think it's woke.
I told you, Caitlin got a lot of fans that I would rather them watch a Caitlin game than storm another Capitol.
Ah.
Yeah.
Hey, free Uncle Trumpito, you heard?
Shout out to Kate Martin too, man. Just showing that Caitlin Clark's team wasn't all that trash at Iowa, man. It's I don't know, man. I'm excited to see what happens the rest of the year. I'm telling you what this league needs, bro. If they should, because it's twofold, right? The true W fans, bro. The true W fans, like you was getting at, the diehards. I don't say they don't give a damn about Caitlin Clark, but they care about the real product. You know what I'm saying? But I think what some of the W fans need to accept is the fact that like we want to grow the sport, and to grow the sport, you got to have these Caitlyn-like personalities. The biggest thing that can happen for the W is an Angel Reese versus Caitlyn Clark series at any point, bro. Like if that series happens, the ratings are going through the roof, bro.
So,
Jeffrey Goins, man, you wilded. I know it was a late night show tonight. Damn, man.
This is gas after dark.
I'm shooting my shot on y'all show tonight. Now, but I like it though. If folks are ready to go to the game, they'll be there soon too.
GoFlow does make a point, man. Like Tarazi has personality. Like some of these other girls do have a little bit of personality, but you got to have the game to match the personality. Like Tarazi's a dog. She's a dog. She's been a dog since high school. But bro, people want to see 40-foot threes. That's just what it is. They want to see it in the NBA. They want to see it in the W. They want to see it from the logo. They want to see it in the McDonald's All-American game. And since the women aren't doing 360s and windmills, I would suggest that the up-and-coming players all start shooting from the logo.
I think we'll see that.
For me, Paige Beckner or is it Juju their next Jordan? One of those two girls.
Juju's tough. She got a little kinks that she got to work out, but
they're both not to call other girls ugly. That's how it's actually. But those two girls are very beautiful women.
Well, I mean, I think that's what Jeffrey Goins is getting at. I mean, this is what Jeffrey Goins said. Screw personally, I want these girls to be pretty. And we don't want to get sexist in any way, right? But if we are being completely honest, when it comes to sports in general, like majority of sports fans in general are men. And some men, you know, that's if they're going to watch women's sports, they need these extras, right? We don't need the extras, bro. We're going to enjoy the sports. Dude like me watching women's French Open tennis before I'm watching the men's tennis.
No, right? Bryce is the kind of guy that will leave a family picnic to go watch the Wizards preseason game. That man loves sports. The Wizard ain't all that good.
You're just a disrespectful guy, man. But I also need to watch the Mystics game too. You know what I'm saying? And like, I guess what I'm getting at is like, man, I think that the W, and I'm not talking about leaning into the women's appearances. I'm not going that far. But I think W just needs to lean into any storylines that it can right now while they have this amount of eyes on them, bro. Lean into all the storylines. Get people talking about it. It's one of those like good or bad talk. They talking about it, right? You know what I'm saying? Like keep people talking about it as long as you can for now. And I think that'll translate into more real fans of the sport. We'll see though.
I'm not gonna lie, man. Focus on the degenerate gamblers like myself sometimes. Hey, you get gamblers watching, they're always gonna watch.
Like, no, this is a good. I like this this comment right here though. Like when you watching WNBA with the bros on a Friday night, hey man, that's when it's there, bro. That's when it's there. And you know what we was doing? You know what we was doing, T. You know what we was doing, G. We was talking about that. We was talking about that NCAA tournament on a Friday night. We was talking about the women's game, and many times more than we were talking about the men, right? And
the whole time.
Yeah. I mean, really, like more than we were talking about the men's tournament, and we said it multiple times on the show that the women's tournament was more entertaining, and those storylines had a lot to do with that. So, hey, man, she's shooting logo threes, but she ain't making them. Sabrina do the same thing. This is facts.
Because doesn't Sabrina has like a shoe with Nike?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So I believe it's because of personalities. Because the college, when they were in the collegiate level, their personalities were shining.
I mean, but if you think about it, it's not like the league didn't have dogs and Bird and Magic out there. But, those guys seem to transcend the league. And even if it is the machine behind Caitlin Clark, the machine got to be behind somebody. And there's more people in this country that look like Caitlin Clark than it is that look like Angel Reese. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I'm saying from a business standpoint, from a marketing standpoint, that's what it is, at least for right now. But things will change if people keep watching.
That's a fact. All right, I think that's a perfect way to end that conversation. Now, like I said, first off, thanks for everybody for the comments, man. Y'all really kept the conversation going. We appreciate that. And I know that moving forward, we are going to make it a point on this show to have a W conversation weekly the entire WNBA season. I'm telling y'all that right now, man. So make sure y'all tapped in with the WNBA as panelists on this show, right? Because we circling back to this W conversation. And it's not just going to be Caitlin Clark every time, or else we are what we say is the problem, right? So we got to make sure that we tapped in, we know what's going on, because I know that all three of us on this panel right now want to see the W further itself, right? So let's make that pledge as a show. Let's make that pledge.
Yes, because sometimes you can't just have baseball during the summer. I'm sorry, I love baseball.
Shut your ass up, man. You still calling it the women's NBA, bro? That's just like that's just insane. But let's get to the men's NBA real quick, all right? Before we get off here, and again, we a little late tonight, so apologies. But we're gonna talk about the finals real quick, and I want to start off. Well, first, let's just start off with a quick preview and like kind of previewing these teams that made the finals. Obviously, we've got the Celtics versus the Mavericks. My first question for you fellas is, who do you feel like has the roster advantage between the Celtics and the Mavericks, and why do you think they have that roster advantage? T, we're gonna start with you, bro.
I think both teams are kind of top heavy, right, with the two big stars. But I think Boston has the better roster. I think Dallas has the bigger stars. But overall, I think Boston has the better roster.
Okay.
KP, I like KP. I think he's a top center in the league, top 10, whatever. Brown and Tatum are top 25 players, in my opinion. Drew Holiday is a top 10 point guard. Derek White is probably a top 15 point guard if you're being real with yourself. I think Celtics have a solid roster. Dallas just has two supernovas out there.
All right, G, what do you think about the roster comparisons? Do you think that who do you think has the better roster between Dallas and Boston?
Go with fuck, man. I don't want to agree with team. Fuck, comes down to the role players in this game, in this series, and Boston has a better team, but not the better coach. I'll tell you that.
We're gonna get into that too. Don't go there yet. We're gonna get into that. But
yeah.
I think T brings up a good point, because like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. When I was thinking about this earlier in the week, I think I even said in the chat, in the group chat, I felt like Boston had the better roster. You know what I'm saying? But the more I think about it, it's like the more I got to question it, right? And this is the reason. We're talking NBA, right? Are 5 top 60 guys better than 2 top 5 guys? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying Kyrie is top 5, right? Or Luka, I think, is top 5 in the league. And Kyrie, I think you could put him in that 5 spot, bro. We being real with skill. I think Kyrie's a better basketball player than Tatum, and I think he's a better basketball player than Jaylen Brown. I think they have the first and second best player on the court at all times. And it's like, if you have 2 top 5s versus 4 top 50s, who's really living better? Who's really got the better roster? And especially when you look at how the pieces fit around these stars, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been saying for a minute with Boston, I feel like too often it's just like the game is your turn, it's your turn, it's your turn. Okay, it's Tatum's turn. Okay, it's Brown's turn. Okay, it's Derek White's turn. It's like they taking turns with who gets the ball. And I feel like Dallas's team is a little more built around the individual stars. So it's like every component of Dallas's team works well with the 2 stars. So it's like Kyrie shaking you, throws a lob behind his back to Gafford. You know what I'm saying? Luka drives all the way to the middle of the paint, kicks it back out to a wide open 3 for Washington. Like, I feel like they just have it might be a point where they have more cohesion. So for a minute, I was leaning Boston got the better roster. But there's one thing to say they have better roster, like as far as players. It's a whole other thing to say they have better roster construction, bro. And now I'm thinking about roster construction, and I'm like, damn, maybe Dallas does actually have the better roster, bro. The more I think about it, and I'm gonna go with Dallas as far as roster edge right here.
How? So who's guarding Jason Tatum?
They don't really have nobody. They don't really have nobody. PJ's going to try. And if he guards Tatum and who guards Brown, I guess we got to put Derek Jones on him. I guess it's got to be Jones. But who's guarding Luka? Nobody. And we know.
Drew Holiday?
Bro, nobody can guard Luka, and nobody on planet Earth in the history of basketball can guard Kyrie Irving. Nobody in the history of basketball is guarding Kyrie. So good luck.
I think
you thought Jaylen Brown on Kyrie.
Maybe Gary Payton would have a chance. Maybe.
Fuck out of here. Gary Payton can't watch.
I think where Dallas runs into issues is we know what Luka's going to do, right? We know Luka's going to go for 25, 30, 35. He's going to get you 8 boards. He's going to get you 9 assists. We know what he's going to do. We know Kyrie is going to be Robin the Batman. We know Kyrie is probably going to get you 24 and 5. The rest of those guys, what are they going to do? Because I know what the rest of the guys on Boston do. I've seen Derek White win a game. I've seen Al Horford go crazy. I've seen Porzingis go for 30. I've seen Drew Holiday just lead, win a chip. You know what I'm saying? That's he's coming from a team that won a chip. I don't think this series is as close as people think it's going to be. I think people thinking Dallas. This will let you know, right? When people start saying and I think we're going to get to that, but watch how long the series is supposed to go if Dallas wins. But we going to get to that a little later. But I think as far as roster construction, I think Boston has more ways to beat you. Who do you stop? If you stop Tatum, who stops Porzingis? If you stop Porzingis, who stops? Bro, one thing I know is Luka can play defense, but he's not a defender.
That's a fact.
He's a willing defender, but that's not what he came to do. And Boston makes all 5 guys play defense every night.
Porzingis, I do believe, is the wild card. If he's able to play game 1 to game 7 and is who he was early in the season, which he very well may be a shell of himself. We will see. But he is the wild card. But I have to include this. The reason he's the wild card, because as good as Boston's roster is, and as much as they have on that roster, you know what they're lacking? And Dallas has 2 of what Boston is lacking. They are lacking a rim protector, bro. Al Horford's not a rim protector, bro. Yeah. And you're talking about a guy in Luka Doncic who has the highest around the rim field goal percentage in the league, bro. His numbers around the rim are crazy. You're talking about Kyrie, who gets to the rim at will, bro. If y'all haven't seen the move that Kyrie gave to Wembanyama when he was under the basket and tricked the hell out of Wembanyama, who is the best shot blocker right now, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not blocking Kyrie when he drives to the cup, bro. He's unstoppable. Yo, and you don't got no real rim protector. If Porzingis comes back, they do have one. But right now, until I see Porzingis at full form, I'm not banking on it. And you're talking about a Dallas team who doesn't have the best on-ball defenders, but they have 2 legitimate rim protectors, and Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively. That could get interesting from a roster construction standpoint. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, they were built to beat teams like the Pacers, right? Where like there is no dynamic drive threat, you know what I'm saying? Or the Knicks, where like there is no dynamic drive threat on the Knicks, you know what I'm saying? I love Brunson, but he's more of a mid-range, bigger threat from the mid-range, from that midi post game. But like the Mavericks, these dudes are threats in the paint consistently when we're talking about Kyrie and Luka. And I'm not sure that Boston has the rim protection to deal with that, bro. I'm just not sure.
I'll give you this much. Boston are number 1 in turnovers for this year. And I don't like that.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that. That's a good point. Good stat.
Yeah. Then that means you're talking about Dallas relying more on the defensive side to win this series.
My man said Dallas might sweep. C-Man going hard. Dallas might sweep. Oh no.
Yeah, Dallas is sweeping shit.
I see 7-game series here.
Where you from, C-Man? You out there kind of ganja you smoking, because that's some shit.
I got Boston in 5, 6 if Dallas gets lucky and hits like a game winner in a random game. I don't think Dallas has enough. I truly don't. I think they arrived. I'm not going to say they arrived too early, but I don't think when I think championship teams, championship rosters, that's not the looker one to me. Daniel Gafford, Derek Lively, PJ, those guys' names don't even sound like they should have a ring.
Yeah, there's a lot of players. Neither did Joel Anthony's until he got one.
Like,
I'm just saying, bro. Sometimes that star power can push you to the top. All right, real quick, we kind of broke down the rosters, so I think G kind of got there before we was going to hit the topic, but the coaches, man, and I think this is where it gets real close. Now I've been feeling like it's a toss up. Who do y'all think has the coaching advantage between Jason Kidd and my guy Joe Mazzulla? What we thinking about this?
Jason Kidd all the way, man. Joe Mazzulla relies so much on the 3-point ball for some stupid reason. You think these guys are Golden State? I don't know why. These guys are way better mid shooters. They could give it a 3-ball here and there, but he relies so much on the 3, and that's the reason why there's so much turnovers when it comes to Boston.
All right.
I'll give it to Jason Kidd just because of the last series.
What you think, T, about that question?
I don't think Jason Kidd can coach at all.
Yeah.
Personally, you know what happened to this team was trade deadline came and they got pieces that made that roster work. I don't think that had anything to do with coaching. That's just me personally.
And why? Why do you feel that way?
Because I don't think Jason Kidd's coached well at any stop. I feel like if you go on Twitter and search right now, you're going to find some fire Jason Kidd tweets from last season.
But is this the hate because he didn't do that with you guys? Because I know you're a Bucks fan, and Jason Kidd was your coach. You ain't fucking with him back then?
It could be a little leftover hate.
That's what I'm saying. I feel tension over there. I feel like when you heard the name Jason Kidd, you saw fire.
Little lingering malice. I think it'd be cool for Jason Kidd to win one and coach. Win one as the coach as the team he won one with. I thought that's a cool storyline. But I don't see how. And then, like you said, Bryce, it really come down to, man, can 2 top 5, top 10 guys beat 5 guys that are probably in the top 50? You know what I'm saying? And then basketball rarely comes down to one player beating you.
But I agree. But if two top 5 guys are equal to 5 guys in the top 50, then coaching might matter in this. And I am with you, bro. I think Joe Mazzulla has the edge when it comes to coaching. I feel like Joe Mazzulla is one of these guys that is like, dare I say it, one of these coaching prodigies, bro. I think he understands how to rally his troops. And I think they win totals over the last couple seasons show that, like, he knows how to win in the NBA. Now, they haven't got the big one. You know what I'm saying? They haven't really been great after they get to the conference finals. But here they are in the championship now, and let's see what they do with it. One thing I got to give Joe Mazzulla credit for is, in the last series, is putting the ball in Jaylen Brown's hands in big moments, bro. That play, that Jaylen Brown 3 to send the game to basically to win that game, that looked like it was designed to go to Jaylen Brown, bro. It didn't look like Tatum couldn't get open, so we're going to Tatum. It looked like Jaylen Brown was a primary option on that play, and that's where they went. And I think, like, having those, like, realizations and not just ceding to who people think your best player is in every single moment, or just, going with what everyone thinks you should do, is why I think Joe Mazzulla is a good coach. And I think he is a better coach than Jason Kidd. So I think they get the edge there. So I give the roster edge to Mavericks, coaching edge to Celtics. T, looks like you give you were both edges to Celtics, and G, it sounds like you were kind of split the opposite way to me. You gave the Celtics the edge for the roster and the Mavericks edge for the coaching. So my last question, of course, to tie it all together, and T, you started giving your prediction a little bit, is who do we think wins the series and in how many games? So T, I'm gonna start with you since you kind of went into it a little bit already.
Like I said, I truly think Boston's talented enough to win this in 5, man. They got 5 guys they trust with the ball. They got 6 guys they trust with the ball. But I'm gonna say Luka and Kyrie put on a show. And Kyrie wins them a game, Luka wins them a game. That pushes it out to 6. So give me Boston in 6.
All right. G, what's your prediction?
You on mute, bro.
Oh shit. I got Jaylen Brown winning the MVP in these finals.
Well, we're not there yet, G.
Oh, we're not there yet. Oh, I didn't know we were going to do that. Okay, but give me Boston in 5.
Okay,
Gentlemen's
Boston 5. Damn. So y'all Boston heavy. Y'all know the good Mister got to stick with his early prediction, man. Y'all know the good Mister called the Mavs going on a run. I can't back down from the Mavs now, bro. I'm going with the Mavs winning the finals. I'm gonna go 7-game series. I think we have one of the most competitive series we've seen in a long time. Boston has the tendency to play down the competition, right? I think I've seen that from Boston all playoffs, right? And granted, they beat the Pacers in some games that I felt like the Pacers shouldn't have been in, bro. And TJ McConnell was according to Jaylen Brown, had Michael Jordan moments, right? And then they played the Cavaliers. The Cavaliers were without 3 of their best players, and the Cavaliers were staying in the game, bro. That shit ain't gonna fly with the Mavericks. I think the Celtics are gonna take it a lot more seriously. So only they're gonna just get 5 or 6 games and lose to the Mavericks. But I think it goes 7, dog. I really do. I think it goes 7. And I think if you get a 7th game, and I have to look at a winner take all game, which players would I rather have? Who am I banking on the winner take all game? And I'm telling y'all, I'm banking on Kyrie Irving in the winner take all game, bro. I'm putting some money on Kyrie Irving to win the Finals MVP. And this is our next question: is who wins Finals MVP? But I'm putting some money on Kyrie to win that. I'm not sure he wins it, but I'm gonna like those odds. I know I like the odds. Who y'all think wins the Finals MVP? Last question on this NBA Finals tonight.
So I started with Jaylen Brown. If the Celtics win, but if we all know if Dallas is winning this, if they do win this, it's gonna be Luka.
You think they just got to give it to Luka if they win, huh?
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those.
But if Kyrie goes stupid, bro, if Kyrie goes 3,
only if Kyrie wins with a buzzer beater. Like one of those games,
Jaylen Brown won Eastern Conference Finals MVP, and you couldn't deny it, bro. You couldn't. Again, to your point, G, he hit the buzzer beater. Like you just couldn't deny what Jaylen Brown was doing.
He's more efficient. He dominated every time he had the ball in his hand.
All right, T, who you going with for the Finals MVP, man?
You already know, man.
Yes, I do. Go ahead and say it. Right?
And it's a boring pick, and he's going to get it in the most boring way. He's going to score 30 points a game, and it's going to be like 8, 6, 12, 10. Like it's going to be like the most spread. You're never going to get the supernova quarter. You're never going to get the he went for 18 in the fourth quarter. He scored 19 of our last 23. That's just not what Jason Tatum does too often. But he's also going to put in 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, and get a block. I think Tatum wins that MVP, but I think everybody knows that Porzingis is the difference maker in this game. Because and I think you're sleeping on, you're saying rim protector. Porzingis and Al Horford don't got to go to the rim. They both can shoot the 3 with the same consistency as the guards. So if Gafford and Lively got to come out, that automatically creates driving lanes. So we'll see what happens.
Good point.
But didn't Dallas show us what happens when you have big shooting 3s with Karl Anthony Towns?
Yeah, but we're talking about smart players, man.
Okay, you're right.
The Celtics made Evan Mobley look like a role player, look like a backup or something, bro.
When everybody went down, Evan Mobley was out there cooking, bro. Cooking that last game. Kept them boys in the game, bro, when they should have been getting blown the hell out. But I'll say this, man. I think if I had to pick an MVP, I would go with Luka Doncic. If I just had to say who I think is going to win Finals MVP, to G's point, I think the Mavericks win the series, and I think that it's prime for Luka to get all the flowers he can right now. But y'all know I'm a betting man, and my favorite bet right now, one of my favorite bets, is going with Kyrie Irving for Finals MVP because I could just see Kyrie.
What's the odds on that right now?
I bet it's probably plus 500, something like that. But I could really see Kyrie coming out and being like, you know what? They're gonna really focus on Luka. I got to take this into my own hands if we want this chip, and we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean,
So right now,
Kyrie
right now,
killed it. He's not giving Jaylen Brown that same work. Jaylen Brown go out there and hang his hat on defense. So,
bro, but you're not guarding Kyrie Irving, bro. I'm sorry. Like Jaylen Brown gonna look just like Anthony Edwards did trying to guard Kyrie. Bro, it's Kai, bro. It's Kai, bro. He's unguardable. He's the most unguardable player outside of Steph Curry.
I'm gonna invite you.
That's that size, bro.
I'm gonna invite you to look at some of the previous games when they matched up earlier this season. Rosters are slightly different, but Kyrie didn't go crazy.
I'm telling you right now, bro. Kyrie is unguardable by anyone on the Celtics, bro.
I agree.
No one can guard that man. No one can stay in front of that man. Bro, you saw what he did to Team USA back in the highlights. Bro, that was all the best players in the world, bro. And Kyrie just gliding by everybody, bro. Kyrie got he's the only player whose left hand, whose off hand is better than his dominant hand. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, Kyrie is unbelievable, bro. The only thing about Kyrie is that he doesn't get those primary guy. He's not getting that primary guy touches. But, you know, this might be the series where he has to get more touches than Luka. We'll see. We'll see.
So the betting odds right now, right, for Finals MVP for Kyrie Irving is at plus 1,800. For Jaylen Brown is at plus 700. For Luka, plus 210. And for Jason Tatum is minus 125.
So Vegas feeling like T. And I like, and you know I'm odds better. So thank you for telling me that, G. I am pulling it up as we speak. Yes, I am going to go ahead and pull up that good FanDuel sports book, and I'm going to put my bet in for Kyrie Irving. I'm going to put a nice little $7 on that. You know, I ain't trying to get rich. I'm just trying to keep my balance positive. That's all I'm trying to do.
And right now Vegas is saying this shit doesn't go past 6. Because right now they're saying it's the total that they're giving people for the over-under is at 5.5. So you go from there.
Damn, 5.5. That's the total for how many games is going?
Yeah, what they're giving the people the odds right now, where you're thinking that the series is gonna end in, they're saying is 5.5. The over is at minus 170. The under is at plus 138.
Yeah, I want in on all that. I want in on all that.
If you was to look at both of these teams on paper, you didn't watch any of the games, and you couldn't see what your eyes was telling you, and you just looked at numbers, you would go Boston.
You go Boston. You have to.
That's true.
What's it like?
That's fine.
Like 14 games ahead of everybody.
And look, you know, I took the easy way out. I got it going 7, bro. So anytime you got a series going 7, I can see both teams winning this joint. It's just like I feel like it's going 7, and if it goes 7, then you have to say in winner take all, basically in one-on-one who I want. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I can see the Celtics imposing their will. I can see this series going a lot of ways, man. The one way I can't see it going, I don't see the Mavericks winning in 5, like some people in here have said. I don't see that. I think if the Mavericks win, it's got to go 7, or maybe they win 6 at home. But like 5 for the Mavericks, I don't think Boston gonna come out and choke like that.
If the Mavericks won in 5, bro, it would be like an epic meltdown. That would be one of the situations where you say, all right, maybe we got to change the coach.
No, but see that's what would happen. So I think from an organizational standpoint, yes, but real ones that's watching the league would say, we got to reevaluate this Tatum guy. We got to reevaluate this Brown guy, and we got to reevaluate that pairing of Tatum and Brown. Yes, bro. Yes, if they melt down and lose in 5, bro. Don't come to me with that Tatum shit, bro. I don't want to hear it, bro. If they lose in 5, bro, like
every time we have this, I don't want to hear Tatum talk. He just wins. So tell me more.
If they lose in 7, I'll still be down to hear the Tatum talk. All right, you lost in 7, that's respectable. That shit happens. If you lose in 5, bro, or you get swept, like, bro, I don't want to hear shit about Jason Tatum, bro. I don't want to hear shit about Jaylen Brown. And I think Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum on the same level. But I don't want to hear shit about that pairing because if they losing that many games, that pairing don't work, bro. That pairing don't work if they losing that many games. I'm not blaming Joe Mazzulla if they come out there and losing 4 or 5 games. If they lose in 7 and Joe Mazzulla doesn't call timeout with 10 seconds left or some stupid shit, all right, I'm blaming the coach, bro. That's when I blame the coach because coaches are the ones that like I'm not blaming the coach if a team loses, it gets swept. Coaches make the difference in close calls and being able to control those minutiae, bro. The minutiae is what coaches make a difference in. But if y'all go out there losing 4, 5 games, man, I don't want to hear that shit. And I feel the same way for the Mavericks at this point because I think the rosters are pretty even, bro. They go out there and losing 4 and 5, Kyrie and Luka will never get it done together. In my opinion, they're losing 4 or 5, but they losing 7. All right, I can hear it.
So, quick question: who's the top scorer? Who's going to score the most points in this finals?
Luka.
That's a tough question. If the Celtics really want to win, Jason Tatum, nigga, let me say my bad. I ain't mean to say that, but Jason Tatum, I better see you go Super Saiyan, bro. I better see your hair turn gold like Goku, bro. It's time. It's time, bro. It's time. I need to see you go Super Saiyan. I need a 45-point game from Tatum. I need to see Brown go Super Saiyan as well. Like, bruh, y'all got it in front of y'all. Y'all been here before. Y'all have experience in the conference finals multiple times. Bruh, it's put up or shut up right now. Y'all got the easiest matchup y'all could have asked for as far as seeding goes. Getting a 5 seed Mavericks or 6 seed. Y'all got the easiest seeding y'all could have asked for. Y'all better get this shit done. Y'all playing a player y'all know in Kyrie. Like, bruh, y'all better get this shit done. Or else one of T's favorite lines is, if they don't win this one, they ain't getting back. I'm starting to feel that way about Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, bro. If they don't win this one, that pairing ain't getting back here, bro.
That was that Patrick Mahomes one. It ain't looking so good. That prediction looking horrible.
No, you said that. You said about Burrow. It was Burrow.
Oh, he said. Oh no, I remember you saying that about Patrick Mahomes because that Tom Brady lost.
No, it was Burrow. It was Burrow.
We're gonna have to run the tape, but to answer your question, to answer the question from earlier, right, fellas? So top scorers, the odds right now on favorite is on Luka -180. Jason Tatum is at +260, and Jaylen Brown is at +1200.
Okay, I like that Jaylen. I like them Jaylen Brown odds. I'm not gonna lie. I like them odds, bro. I like +1200 for Jaylen because Jaylen seeming like he a real alpha over there. I need Tatum to go alpha mode on the Celtics, bro.
I mean, he has the easiest matchup, right? He'll probably draw Kyrie on defense.
Jaylen Brown?
Yeah, I'm assuming.
I hope they wouldn't make that mistake. I hope Jason Kidd ain't that stupid, bro.
I mean, I guess maybe you try to throw Kyrie on Drew or Derek White, but
got to.
Drew's a smart player, man. Drew gonna beat that man up. Like, he gonna make him work. So I don't know how this goes. You know the game pick and roll anyway. We'll see how it goes.
So, fellas, exactly how many games do you think this series is gonna play out before we head out?
6.
6?
I got 7.
So Vegas say 6 is +200 and 7 is +195.
I might put like a little something on both of those, on 6 and 7. See what I can do with that. I like both of those odds.
I said 5 earlier, and that's +240.
Hey man, I do hope for a good series though. I do want to see a good series, a good competitive series. I don't want to get cheated out of I want a magical series, bro. Like, yeah. And if we can get that, if we can get 6 games, I'll be satisfied, bro. But if we can get 7 and the game is close within the last 3 minutes, that would be beautiful. That would be beautiful. I think we got the players to do it. I think we got the players on both sides to make this a good series, bro.
And the fact that this is a series that you don't know the outcome. Last year's, we already knew who was going to win that shit. Even the one where it was Boston versus Golden State, you kind of figured it was Golden State still. Just because the way Klay Thompson came back during the playoff run, he was looking like Klay Thompson with old. And then, yeah, when you guys won, what the fuck you guys face? The Suns, yeah. When it was the Suns versus the Bucks, you kind of figured it's gonna be the Bucks who win that shit.
Yeah, you got a good point. This is one of the best matchups we've had in some time. I wonder if after this matchup is done, we have this like, we should have saw this coming. I think T would be vindicated, right? Because I think T is kind of on the side where it's like, nah, this is not that difficult of a series for Boston. But I don't know. I think it could. I think it could get a little dicey for Boston just because of how I've seen them play down to their competition. And I think the Mavericks are no team to be played with, bro. Not when you got Kyrie and Luke over there. And the way Luka be snapping on, hey, we was talking about Caitlin Clark talking trash. The way Luka be talking trash, hey, bro, I'm rocking with it, bro. I love a trash talker, bro.
Yeah,
But
Luka's a big energy guy.
he really
He's
is.
Russian, right?
Slovenian. What is he?
He's not Russian.
He's
Isn't that close enough?
He's Slovenian, right? Hold up, now I gotta verify that, dog.
Wasn't that like one of Russia's territories before
He's
it branched off?
Slovenian. He's Slovenian.
But wasn't that part of Russia at one point?
I think that is a former USSR.
He's a Soviet.
Yeah, he's a Soviet, man. Them boys got a heart, man. He drink vodka before he go to sleep. That's his NyQuil.
There you go, bro.
I'm about to get myself cancer. Yeah.
All right, man. Well, hey, definitely a good show tonight. Shout out to all the commenters, man. Shout out to all the folks that was rocking with us tonight. We was a little late, but y'all rock with us on the late night, so we appreciate that, man. Comments was going up tonight. Y'all the MVPs tonight. I think comment of the night went to the when somebody said they think it's woke talking about the WNBA. That had me rolling.
That's nuts.
Hold on, one more comment real quick. Y'all think Boston's really that much better than Boston? No, I don't think Boston is that much better than Boston. I know what you mean, though. Y'all really think Boston that much better than Dallas? But nah, I think you're on to something. I think I got Dallas in 7, but we'll see. We'll see, man. Hey, but good stuff tonight, fellas. See y'all boys next week. Y'all know how we end each and every show. Sports for the culture.